a question like this, what do I do with 2 to 5 acres? I realized that we could do everything we do at Polyface on 5 acres. So I want to start out by just making sure everybody understands this course that we're doing, Farm Like a Lunatic. Our theme is become a full-time farmer. And so a question like this, what do I do with 2 to 5 acres? I did some pencil pushing a month or so ago because this is real common for me. And I realized that we could do everything we do at Polyface on 5 acres. Not all the production, but that would be our hub, okay? And so, when I hear in the context of this course, look, if you just want to feed yourself, that's fine. You know, the Homestead, feed yourself. So when I'm answering it for that, I say, take your grocery bill and start to replace it. It's pretty simple. And don't grow something that you don't like. Grow only what you like. And take it there. But if your long-term goal is, I want to make a living on this, then what you want to do on your 2 to 5 acres is you want to experiment with actual profitable enterprises where you can make a margin, a profit margin. That means, in general, the smaller the animal, the more the income per acre, and the more the labor per acre. So in a business, one of the first things you want to do is fully employ yourself. So 2 cows on 2 to 5 acres doesn't generate much income, and it doesn't take much labor, unless it's a milk cow. So if you want to generate an income on these 2 to 5 acres, think about your return per acre and how you can stack. So, you know, from a herbivore standpoint, as a mower, the cow is the easiest to care for, much easier than a goat, easier than a sheep, because you can keep them in with one strand of electric fence. So a cow, well, then you're going to have a milk cow, not a beef cow, because the milk cow is going to generate 5 times as much income per acre as a beef cow. Then you drop down to the egg layer and the pastured broiler. The egg layer is like a milk cow in that it's cash flow. Think about a business. You need, not only do you need income, but you need cash flow. Most businesses fail, not because they don't have a good product or service, but because of cash flow. So the milk cow provides cash flow, eggs provide cash flow, and then the broiler provides your margin per acre. And if you put those 3 things together, the combination of cash flow with the milk cow and the eggs, and a great margin with your pastured broiler, which, you know, if you're producing 600 per acre, that means 2 acres would do 1,200, 5 acres would do 3,000 at $25 a piece. You know, 3,000 at 25 is $75,000 at a margin of roughly 50%. You know, you're already at $35,000 on your way to a full-time income on 5 acres of pastured broilers. And now you've got your milk cow and your eggs. You're home free on 5 acres. So, and of course, you know, you're going to have a garden. I mean, don't discount eliminating your grocery bill, but you can't save yourself to wealth. At some point, yes, you can cut off your expenses, your grocery bills, and all that. But at some point, you got to generate income, and that's what I'm explaining on the 2 to 5. And then you can add turkeys in the fall, and you know, you can just add more as you go. As you escalate, as you increase acreage, of course, you know, your opportunities increase, and your income opportunities increase. I think one of the beauties, if you've looked at this course, you know that all of the models that we've discussed are scale neutral. That's what's important to understand. In other words, we scale, as you scale your acreage, you scale by duplication, not by consolidation, centralization. and concentration, which is what the industry does. So I want you to think about your acreage, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. I want you to think about it as if you're taking an embryo, a prototype, a birth, if you will. You birthed it on 5 acres. I want you to think about it not in terms of a bigger piece of infrastructure, but actually additional modular infrastructures. This is the way nature works. You know, if nature wants more beef, you don't make a great big cow, you birth calves. If we need more tomatoes, we don't make a tomato plant the size of the Eiffel Tower. We plant more tomatoes. If nature wants more oak trees, it doesn't make a massive oak tree. It plants acorns and has more oak trees. So the duplication idea, you know, don't get bogged down with what if we add more. What you want to concentrate on is if it's acceptable for 5, then it's duplicatable for 10. Is there more opportunity at 10, more opportunity at 15? Well, absolutely. But if you have your core functional and your infrastructure mobile, modular, and management intensive, I think we've talked about that, then it's very easy to duplicate as you go forward, and you'll have a track record to be able to know, okay, we had this size infrastructure at 5. Well, at 40, you know, we can do this much. If we've got 2 cows at 5 acres, well, we can have, you know, 16 cows at 40. I mean, so it simply increases. One of the biggest things that happens as you increase, your need for access, of sophisticated access, really increases. You know, a very, very small acreage, you know, access is not very expensive. It's short, you know, there's no lane, you know, longer than, you know, a few hundred yards. Whereas when you start up into 40 acres, then you're starting to get some lanes that are, you know, a quarter mile, things like that. And they have to be, you know, they have to be sophisticated. So you've got design. So I think rather than getting bogged down in, well, you could do this at 5, you could do this at 10, you could do this at 20. What I'd rather you think about is whatever you have, make it functionally efficient and as perfect as it can be. And then if you're adding acreage, you're simply duplicating the procedures and the prototypes and the protocols that you've developed on the small acreage.